I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
We are back at the Theatre of Speed. We are here at Daytona. Our first visit of the week is with SOMO, Portside, Jaguar and Land Rover Cup Series live on Rover Broadcasting. Time to give event up in the booth with you, as always, joined by my broadcast partner, Mr. Scott Brinton. Scott, it's going to be fast and it's going to be serious tonight.
Yes, sir, man. There's 25 of them that are showing up at the beach tonight for race number 18 of the SOMO calendar, the official halfway point of the season, Sam.
Absolutely, and this is going to be absolutely one hell of a barn burner. Before we go to... Sorry, Scott.
As it usually is here at Daytona. It's usually either a really boring race or a really exciting race, one or the other.
Absolutely, and just before we go to tonight's qualifying session, we're going to go through a couple of sponsors here tonight. And we want to give a shout out to tonight's race sponsor, that is United Real Estate. If you're looking to buy a house, or even if you're looking to sell your house, go to United Real Estate. They will get you sorted out and yeah, get you a decent price, whatever the case. Also want to give a mention to Coffee and Glitter Mom if you want a decently, a very nice time to come for your barbecue this summer. Go to www.facebook.com/coffee and glitter mom. They will get you hooked up. Also want to give a shout out to Top City Travel. Remember to book your next trip with Top City Travel at topcitytravel.com.
Sam, while we're giving shout outs, I just want to give a shout out to my girlfriend and her kids, Brittany, Hayden, and Faith. Had a great 4th of July, spending it with you and your friends, and I love you all very much. I love you too, Mom. I didn't forget about you either. Wish you could have been there. Yeah,
we at Both for Broadcasting hope everybody had a safe and prosperous 4th of July.
Yes, sir. Hope everybody has the same amount of fingers today as they had the day before.
Absolutely. But before we go to our qualifying session, Scott, let's go through the points here tonight. And Adam Baker's still running away at the top, but Keith Maiato is chasing him down at this point.
Yeah, but Keith's got a lot of work to do. He's 108 points back in second place. Joe Mitchell's 138 back in third. So a lot of work for those guys to get caught back up to Adam, who's been on a tear. And believe it or not, Adam only has 1 win. Keith has 6, and he's 108 points back, and he's only 1 start short. So it's not like he's got a bunch of less starts. It's just 1 less. So that tells you the consistency the Bakers had.
Absolutely.
In fourth place, In fourth place is Seth Haschel. Lupe Gonzalez is in fifth. Chris Samard sixth. Shane Papala seventh. David Gainforth eighth. Brian Neff ninth. And Aaron Mulrooney Jr. rounds out the top 10.
Absolutely. And we are going to go to qualifying now. And got some new drivers out there tonight, Scott. We've got... well, let's start with Byron Rodney. He's the first one out on track. The first one that springs to mind here tonight.
Yeah, no, Byron rushed home to make this race. He just got in here, just a couple minutes left there in practice. So it was all well worth it. Glad he got there safely. Right there. As we see Byron Rodney on our screens right now in the number 35 PH Aware machine. Will be representing Phenomenal Evolution in the up-and-coming 24 Hours of Spa. Really looking forward to that. I was just about to say, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah. Phenomenal Evolution got 4 cars taking part in that race. It's going to be epic. 4 cars, 20 drivers.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared shitless because I'm afraid I'm gonna get caught up in someone else's mess, or I'm gonna create something because I'm not used to racing that car, especially on a road course. Out of my element big time. I'll be the first to admit it.
We'll be fine. Endurance races always come with that element of fear, but we'll be fine. Nate Siefka jumping to the top of this time in standings. Another one of the rookies I wanted to mention here tonight, and I feel really hesitant calling him a rookie as Keith Maiato puts one in and goes straight to the top of the board.
Can't say I'm surprised by that. Good to see the shark is still swimming around in the water.
Portside just finishing his qualifying run. Looks like everybody's just coming to the end of their qualifying runs now. We've only had 13 people take time so far here tonight. So,
see a familiar name up there in second place.
Nate Siefka, yeah.
Yeah, I got to battle him on a week basis, usually on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, and he's
he got a little reprieve here for the last couple of months, but I know he's coming back with vengeance.
Yeah, but there's going to be next season in Top Fuel Racing, there is going to be so many challenges for the title. It's unreal. It's going to
I'm salivating. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be the closest. It's going to be the most highly anticipated season ever, I think, as we've got like Michael Jeans coming back, Nate Siefka coming back full time, you defending your title, Keith Maiato in his first full season, and even Sage Karam looking to take part in the season as well. So, I'm gonna feel like John Cena did a couple 2-3 years ago in the WWE. Now you see where he's at. Yeah.
Not even on TV no more.
Right, just ticking over to qualifying now as we are just about to go through our field for tonight. Up on the pole is Keith Maiato, and joining him on that front row, and only his second ever race here at SOMO, is Nate Siefka. Row 2 is Brian Neff, great qualifying for him, and Tom Clayton. Row 3 will be Jeff Glottner and Byron Rodney. Row 4 will be Paul Zota, great qualifying for him as well, and Brad Hicks is in position 8, and row 5 will be David Gainforth and Ron Hollifield.
Starting 11th will be Jay Dubuque. Stephen Bird will roll off 12th. Chris Samard 13th. He was the last of the guys to take a time, so half the field just about did not take a time. Seth Hatch will be in the first of those guys starting in 14th. Braden Johnson 15th. Adam Baker, the points leader, decided not to take a time. Going to start back there in the middle of the pack in 16th. Andrew Melvin 17th. Tyler Pluff will roll off 18th tonight. Shane Papala starts 19th, and Joe Mitchell rounds out the top 20. Jay Felton 21st. Kurt Davidson 22nd. Ryan Gemmel 23rd. And rolling off shotgun tonight, we've seen him do it before and claw through the field. Number 4, Tim Lewis.
Absolutely, and it's going to be one hell of a show here tonight. Just strap yourselves in, get yourself a cold drink or whatever you fancy, and just enjoy this one, because this is going to be one hell of a barn burner here, live from Daytona. It's going to be, I can only describe it in so many ways. It's just going to be awesome tonight.
Well, let's hope it's not a crash festival where we, no resets here. Let's hope we don't get them all tore up or half of them torn up on lap 5 or 10. I've seen that happen so many times. And man, speaking of things happen so many times, Nate Siefker just fell through, Sam, so he's going to be struggling to get back in here.
Oh no. Well, it's not his computer because he's got a new one, so I'm guessing it might be.
It's probably connection. It's, when it rains and pours, man, he can't catch a break there. He just reconnected. But yeah, he'll have to start from the pits. So that could be a reprieve for him. He could get lucky. Maybe a blessing in disguise for old Nate Siefker there.
And that's going to promote Tom Clayton up to P2 now. Going to be interesting to see, as it looks like Byron Rodney's going to be promoted up through the field as well. A lot of drivers not starting in pit road. They've actually started in their pit boxes, so a lot of drivers promoted to the front. Keith Mayato's staying there on the front row. Tom Clayton's going to join in there now as well.
The carnage is about to begin, folks.
Yeah, Byron Rodney on the second row already, so a lot of people decided not to go out on track at the same time.
It looks like we're scheduled for 100 tonight. I thought we were doing 80, but we're doing 100 here tonight. So 250 miles, not 200.
Yeah, stage 1 will end on lap 20. Stage 2 will end on lap 40. And then it's a 60-lap run to the checkered flag. So it's going to be one hell of a race here tonight at Daytona. Watch for the 09 as they make their way to turns 3 and 4. He's going to be looking to just dominate this thing again tonight.
That's why they call him Jaws.
Coming out of turn 4. Scott, get us going.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. As soon as that pace car pulls off, we're going to be going. There it goes. Green flag is out. We're racing at the beach. The halfway point of Southern Motorsports season is underway.
Absolutely. They made their way towards turn 1. Keep my eye on the inside line. This is going to be a lot of inline racing, a lot of drafting here involved here tonight. As look at Brian Neff making a run for the inside already, really hanging Tom Clayton out to dry on the high side, and here comes Jeff Blockner as well to the inside.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it hanging them out right now. I think a lot of guys are just trying to dive for that bottom line. It always seems to be the most comfortable line, and I think some of these guys just might want to ride for a few laps, get comfortable. Then you're going to have some of these guys wanting to charge to the front, trying to take advantage of that on the outside. You got well, there's one of them diving towards the bottom, Hollyfield. You had a group of 5 out there, but now you're down to 4. Oh, we got one back here, the 65, blinking really, really bad. The 77 had to check up because of it. I think that spooked Samara there. He got out of it a bit, but we're all good back here.
Yeah, that was Jay Dubuque that was doing a bit of a blinking there. Got a bit of damage on his right front as well, so not going to help him in the long run at a track like this. Let's go back to Nate Siefker, who's all on his own after having those connection issues. He's just come out of pit road now. He's going to be hoping for an early caution here tonight, but everybody seems to be behaving themselves so far here tonight, Scott.
Yeah, so far so good. I'm not seeing much on that high side. Seems like everybody diving for the bottom right now. Nobody wants to be out there. Still got 3 cars out there up towards the front. Yeah, the 86 just barely hanging on to those 2 in front of him.
Yeah, that's Brad Hicks there in number 86 Good Wrench Machine. Paying tribute to Mr. Dale Sr.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about these super speedway races. We got some new names up here in the top 5 that we don't usually see on a weekly basis. It's good to see some new contenders up here battling for this win. That's just the way Daytona is, man. Anybody and everybody shows up has got a shot to win one of these bad boys.
Absolutely. Last time SOMO visited a super speedway, we did have a surprise winner in Len McNeese. So,
Lynn, I don't see him out there tonight. That's too bad.
No, he's not there tonight, unfortunately. But with the win, he has pointed his way into the chase, so hopefully he comes back for that. Well, back in the front, we've still got Keith Mayata controlling proceedings here with Brian Neff right behind him, Jeff Glottner and Paul Zota up in the top 5. So, like you said, yeah, a lot of unfamiliar faces in the top 5 there, and they're looking strong as well.
Yes, sir. And right now that outside line is just slowly dying off because we only got 2 cars, the 65 and the 35 out there right now trying to hang on.
Yeah,
or the 66 rather. I'm sorry, it's Tom Clayton and Byron Rodney out there, but they're the only two out there right now. Everybody else is in front of that bottom line.
Yeah, everybody except for Clayton and Rodney all single file right now, and just waiting for this stage to come near its close, and then I suppose we're going to see some pretty dicey moves out there. Another person that's up there is David Gameforth. Had that win stolen from him a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, Scott, and yeah, I'm guessing he's going to be looking for some redemption from that.
Well, it's a long race, and you got to be there at the end. So I get it, trying to race for these stage wins, but at the same time, I think you'd want to look at the bigger picture and just try to make sure you're there for the last 20 instead of being there for the first 20.
Absolutely. And Lee going to Portside, he done this race a 200-mile race, but because it's 100 laps, it's 250 miles, right?
Yeah, that's what I just said. On the schedule, it said 80 laps, but now I look up there and it says 100. So, surprise, surprise, he added 20, and we're going to do 250 tonight. Why not? It's the 4th of July week, so
Absolutely.
Felt like a weekend, but it really wasn't.
Pulls out to, you see him right there on that bottom line, right behind Jeff Glockner. Tom Clayton to his outside. Clayton and Byron Rodney are not falling back for the field, so they're still keeping strong up on that high line. They're not making any gains as it seems right now, as they're still side by side with Gameforth and Zota as it stands right now.
Yeah, good to see that we avoided that early big caution where, you know, everybody's jostling around in the first couple laps and somebody hooks somebody. We avoided that tonight, so that could be a good sign here.
Well, that's
these short stages, though, man, that could set for some drama here in the next couple laps. Some guys may just be taking it easy now, but we get about 5 to go, and I bet you'll see some guys taking some chances trying to steal that stage and get them extra points. And now I'm starting to see some cars wiggling around out there. Got one of them got 2 tires down there below the line. That was the 26. He'll get her back up in line. We're good, but guys starting to move around a little bit.
Yeah, that was Stephen Bird there in the number 26, right behind Ron Holyfield. Holyfield, another one having a strong run so far here tonight. He's up into the top 10. He had a horrible run at Sonoma. Unfortunately, we didn't broadcast Chicagoland last week due to me having no voice, but I'm pretty sure Ron did well for himself there, because he usually does better. He does a lot better on the ovals than he does on the road courses. Byron Rodney is having a few blinks there.
Well, Sam, don't look now, but this second pack is falling way back here. I'm wondering if they're just kind of getting that sense that they just need to hang back, because you got about 8 cars back here that decided to drop way off the pace and fall back.
And that's Tyler Bluff leading that little pack there with Andrew Melvin right behind him. Shane Papala's up there as well. Beautiful paint scheme that Shane Papala's running tonight. Stars and Stripes adorning that car here tonight.
Well, perfect time to run that paint scheme.
Yeah, and Ryan Gemmell running a beautiful paint scheme as well. Look at the stars and stripes on the front of his car too.
I'm proud to be American.
He's actually running an NRA paint scheme. Ryan Gemmell. See him showing his support for what he believes in, so...
That's right.
Absolutely. Nate is still out there. He's 36 seconds off the leader though, all on his own. He's going to get lapped if this stays green.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. The Lucky Dog is on, so no reason to panic. He'll be the only one a lap down, as no one else has gone a lap down. So
yeah, he's just made his way into turn 3, and the chasing and the leading pack are on going into turn 3 now, so they will catch him very soon. And we're
also halfway through the stage too, so
yeah. I wonder if we've got, because it's 100 laps now, I wonder if he's changed the stages now from 20 to 25.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. He might have. If they don't throw it at 20, we'll know that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get a crash right around that time, and then it'll get all confused.
Yeah, we're still watching this lead pack go on. Looks like Tom Clayton and Byron Rodney have finally fallen into line. They've gone down to the bottom of the track. And you see the 2 packs there on your screen. Just as they're coming towards turn 3, the second pack come out of turn 2. That is the difference in gap between pack 1 and pack 2. And yeah, they're having their own little races back there. Tyler Pluff leading that pack with Andrew Melvin there in the 37. Shane Papala in the 89. Ryan Gemmell, Kurt Davidson, Timothy Lewis is there too. Jay Felton is there, and Braden Johnson is at the back of that pack. So very distinct packs. Let's go back to our championship leader, Mr. Adam Baker. And he's running a Hot Wheels scheme tonight. That's a different one.
Changing it up a bit.
Uh-huh.
You got to do that. You got to keep it fresh every once in a while. Can't run the same paint scheme over and over and over. At least I can anyway. I know some of them out there do. I know a couple of them that are diehards. Mark Robertson comes to mind, man. He won't change his paint scheme for nothing.
I'm always changing my paint scheme.
Yeah, I do too. I just like to change it up.
Although the paint scheme I have planned for next season in Top Fuel Racing, I might keep it. It's the same paint scheme I'm going to be running on the Ferrari that I'm driving, so...
Good deal. I think you ran that DW12, didn't you? Pretty much a similar paint.
No. The new PHOR scheme that I've got on the Ferrari, I'm going to transfer that into the IR18. So
you're on the purple one, right?
Yeah.
Or the red one.
I always.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I always run purple.
That's what I thought. You ran a purple car in the DW12, so that's what I was thinking. It was similar.
Yeah. Speaking of purple, Byron Rodney's right there. Trying to make a name for himself in his first race with SOMO, and he's running in P9 right behind Tom Clayton, where he's always been so far this race. So far, he's got Brad Hicks right behind him. There go the leaders by Nate Siefka.
Yeah, speaking of purple, that's all right. He'll be all right. Like I said, Lucky Dog is on. Plenty of time. We're only on lap 13 of 100, so no reason to panic for Siefka.
Look at Byron Rodney though. He's gone up to join his teammate. So
yeah, trying to pick him up.
I'm wondering.
I don't know if Nate wants to do that. Nate just might want to drop to the pack or get in the bottom line here. No reason to really put yourself at risk. I mean, he's the only car a lap down, so I think they're going to try to slide in here on the bottom, but they got to be careful. Now they missed their opportunity now.
Yeah, the two Phenomenal Evolution cars jumping to the high line. Not enough traction there as there go Hatchell, Baker and Mitchell and Samad there as well. So the four guys that are always battling out through the shorter tracks on this championship, all running in line there. You got Hatchell at the front, Adam Baker there, Joe Mitchell and Chris Samad all running together, which is kind of ironic, don't you think?
Kind of, but they're used to being right around each other on a weekly basis, so it's really no different. They're just back there in the back. They're all kind of got the same idea, just fade back a little bit, but they didn't want to fade all the way back to where that second group fell back to. I don't even see them no more in the picture.
Yeah, they are 8 seconds back from David Butte, who's the last car in the lead pack. Tyler Pluff still leading that little group.
That is definitely a safe distance if something bad were to happen up here, but I don't anticipate that. And either we're 5 laps or 10 laps to go to the end of this stage. We're going to find out together, folks.
Marato is still your leader here. Brian Neff in a great second place. Jeff Glottner in a great third place. Paul Zota in a fantastic fourth place. David Gameforth is 5th. Ron Holyfield is 6th. Stephen Bird is 7th. Tom Clayton 8th. Brad Hicks 9th. Seth Hatchell is in 10th place. And we've got a pack forming on the high side.
Yeah, there we go.
It's those 4 drivers that I mentioned before, apart from Chris Samard. 3 of those 4 drivers.
Now we got 5.
Yeah.
Now we got 6. 6 of them out there now. They all keep popping out of line here and jumping up. They see it coming, so they jump up in front of everybody.
Yeah, and Paul Zotis.
Typical.
Paul Zotis at the front of that pack as well, so he's going to try and make a claim for the stage win here if he gets a big enough push off the guys behind him.
He definitely can't miss old Zoda out there in that bright old green and yellow machine.
Absolutely, as we're coming towards lap 17 now of 100.
I'm thinking it's still 20 and 40 here, Sam. They're racing like it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too, as Paul Zota is now alongside Keith Maiato.
Here we go.
And he's pinching down slightly on Maiato, trying to get a bit of that side draft. Yeah.
The high line seems to not be able to hold up at the bottom line there. You see how much the bottom line pulled away? We'll see if they can get the run here on the backstretch, which they are. Here comes Zoda for another squint.
Yeah, but look at the push that Brian Neff is giving Keith Maiato right now. like nose to tail as they were going down the backstretch. And that's...
he pulled him by a car.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
don't pinch it too hard, Zota.
Yeah, he almost come down into the 80 there. Ooh, or 60, I'm sorry. Getting the numbers all screwed up tonight.
As it looks like they've got a bit of a breakaway going on. Christian Mark's starting to fall back now from the lead pack. And the second pack is falling in between Samad, Sifka, Byron Rodney and JD Buke.
Yeah, I think they might want to hang back because we're almost going 3 wide here. Clayton, I think, overdrove it there. Slipped on the outside. Now we're all going to try to get back in line here and reform. But that's cost that high side a lot of momentum now.
We have to come out of turn 4 to start lap 19. I think you're right, Scott. This might be the end of the stage here on lap 20 as they are dicing it out now. This just got really exciting all of a sudden. As you know, the end of the stage is coming.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If not, I think we'll have 5 to go. But I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be the caution flag here in lap 20. That high line just can't hang with the bottom line. Not right now, anyway.
I don't think that Paul Zota is getting enough of a push as he pinches down on Brian Neff again on the backstretch. Needs to be careful. Tom Clayton's not got a full bumper on the back of that number 99.
Clayton having a hard time keeping it on his bumper.
Yeah, he didn't have a full bumper on it, and we all know what happens if you hit in the back of a bumper when you don't have it full square on. Oh, there it is! Zota's around!
And the caution didn't come out. They saved it. Oh, we're rocking in the middle of the pack.
Stephen Bird and Seth Hatchell.
Oh, and Hatchell. Yeah, Hatchell.
Oh, what a way to end the stage.
Man. And Joe Mitchell caught up in that. Seth Hatchell, Joe Mitchell, both of them got heavy damage. Couple contenders taken out right there at the end, yeah. Zota and somebody started all that. Couldn't tell how it all went down, but Zota was definitely involved there with someone else.
Zota got off lucky because he's only got minimal damage to that number 99. So let's go back.
Yeah, he did a hell of a job of saving his machine. Hatchell's done. He's just about tore up.
Let's go back and watch that. I'm guessing he got a bit loose coming out of the corner. And it was that pinching down again that unsettled the car. You saw it get a little bit unsettled there. No, it was actually Glockman that came up the track and basically took out the back end, and there was a wreck actually behind him between Holyfield
and Mitchell and the rest of them guys.
Yeah. Go back and see that again. You see the incident between those two guys. Gainforth actually checked up.
Mitchell killed Hatchell.
Yeah. Oh, T-bone. Let's see it from Joe Mitchell's point of view. We're going to go on board.
He'll need some steak sauce for that one.
Brad Hicks getting through it. Unfortunately, Joe Mitchell. Oh, he hit him hard. And they're all in pit road now, so see what this does. We'll bring it down pit road right now.
Somebody's in the grass.
That was Hatchell. Oh, Hatchell hit Bird. Oh no, that is Jada Buke in the grass.
Yeah. I don't know what went down there.
Hatchell hit Bird just as Bird was coming into his pit stall. My Arthur's just lost a lot of time there.
Just to see what happened to Dubuque here, looks like he got hooked by Mitchell. Mitchell went to turn in, didn't think Jay was there, and hooked him right out into the grass.
Meanwhile, Brian Neff winning the race off pit road. Great start for him. Jeff Glockner, despite everything that happened to him to bring out the first caution, He comes out in second place. Marto out third. Paul Zota out fourth. Brad Hicks out fifth. Chris Samard out in P6. Tom Clayton out in seventh. Byron Rodney out in eighth. Tyler Pluff ninth. Ryan Gemmell 10th. Andrew Melvin 11th. Jay Felton 12th. David Gainforth 13th. He was caught up in that incident. Shane Papala. You know, these guys that were led by Tyler Pluff, they must have been like really licking their lips when that happened.
Yeah, they were definitely in that safe zone I was talking about. They're seeing the bigger picture. They're racing for the race. They're not racing for the stage.
Absolutely. While they're just pacing around now, we are going to go for a quick commercial break. Didn't go for one of these last time we were broadcasting together because it was a road course. So we're going to go for one of these now, as we will be back in just a couple of minutes.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
You want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
And we are back here live at Daytona International Speedway. They are 2x2 once again. Brian Neff is your leader here at Daytona after having one hell of a pit stop. Jeff Glottner will be restarting on his outside. Keith Mayato losing a couple of spots there. He's back in third place. Paul Zota in fourth, and Brad Hicks in the top 5 after amazingly avoiding that incident. But Brian Neff, surprise leader at the front, Scott.
Yeah, he was riding right there behind my auto that whole time, so now he's going to get his crack to get up here and lead some laps.
Yeah, so it looks like stage 2 is going to get underway here.
My auto had led them all up until this point, hadn't he?
Yeah, he won the first stage.
No, he led every lap too, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Biggest mover of the race so far is Ryan Gemmell, moved up 13 spots. He's in the top 10 in 10th, started 23rd.
So good to see him up there as we are coming out of turn 4 now. Lights are off on the pace car. We're waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn into pit road. Brian Neff going to lead him from the front for the first time, I think, this season. So going to be interested to see how he does it. Pace car's off. Wait for it. Wait for it. And away we go. Stage 2 is underway. Brian Neff getting one hell of a start. Keith Mayato already on the lap pedal. Already to the inside of Glockner. I think that damage on Jeff Glockner's car is really hurting him now, as there goes Mayato to the inside.
I think he was also camped out on the restart there. He was hanging back a little bit. I just don't think he was ready to rock and roll. But, yeah, I think you're right, too. I think the damage is playing a role here. We'll find out rather quickly once they get up to speed here. I think Zoda's already looking for a safe zone on the bottom, but that door closed on him.
And everybody getting chippy already as they're making their way towards turn 3. And remember, there is going to be a man on the mission here tonight. That'll be Mr. Nate Siefka. He is back on the lead lap after that end of the first stage.
There you go.
And Brian Neff really holding off Mayato very well. Glockner and Zota staying up on the high side. Tyler Pluff is there behind him on the high side. Here comes Byron Rodney to the inside now. Byron Rodney wants to get up into the higher position. The team is moving to the inside of Paul Zota now. Right behind Ryan Gamble, who's also moving his way up from the field.
Yeah, and there goes Zota to the bottom. So I think he's waving the white flag on following Glockner. He's going to let Glockner in, actually. What a nice gesture. Paul Zota out there being friendly, folks.
Paul Zota's a friendly guy.
Most people would have slammed that door shut and said, no Girl Scout cookies here. No, thank you.
None for you.
We don't eat sugar here.
I do, but that's another story. Anyway.
I eat too much damn sugar.
How much sugar did you eat yesterday?
Actually, none yesterday. I was too busy preparing for the fireworks yesterday.
Okay.
I didn't hardly eat at all yesterday, believe it or not. I ate a couple times, but that was it. I usually eat 5 or 6 times a day.
Keep up with that fitness. Get those carbs.
That's how I keep my metabolism going, too. That's how I only weigh 160 pounds at 41. And I'm in shape. I'm not, like, dying tomorrow.
Nope.
At least I hope not, anyway. I cross my fingers on that shit.
Hey, you're heavy enough to be a cruiserweight wrestler.
Almost. Except I wouldn't want to have to wake up with their aches and pains. Everybody thinks pro wrestling's fake. It's not. It's choreographed. It's a show. It ain't fake. Let me slam you around on some wood boards for about 2 or 3 hours. See how you feel the next day.
Absolutely.
Because that's what a wrestling ring's made out of, folks. It ain't a trampoline. It's made out of wood. That's what that sound is. That's wood banging off wood.
Yeah, it's only the canvas that makes it soft.
Yep, that's it. And that, trust me, that ain't breaking much. All that does is soak up the blood.
Got 2 packs forming again out on the track. Looks like Jeff Glockner's starting to get away from Paul Zota slightly. No, I take that back. Zota's got the draft with David Gainforth right behind him. Looks like he's going to try the high line again. You need another 2 or 3 cars behind you if you're going to try and make a high line run.
Yeah, I just haven't seen much out of that high line. Every time they try to get a run up there, it just kind of fizzles out pretty quickly. But it's still early on, man. We're only working lap 29 of 100, so a long way to go.
And we're seeing a couple
and I haven't seen any kind of challenge to get by the leader either. Whoever's been leading, that's it, man. Nobody can really do anything other than just ride behind his wake.
I'm thinking that has something to do with this current rules package, because they do mirror the real life NASCAR rules package in iRacing, so it's not a very nice passing rules package, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, not like it used to be on iRacing, is it?
No.
These races used to be a lot of fun. Now, here we go. We got a couple guys going to take a swing at it on that high side. Brad Hicks, Tom Clayton pulling out there, at least hinting at it. But yeah, I remember, you know, when I first started getting on iRacing, about 2013, 2014, these super speedway races, man, they go back and forth, high line, outside line. You never knew which line was going to get the run. And I haven't seen one of those kind of races in a long time.
Yeah, when I was doing NIS back in 2015, I mean, the back and forth was just incredible. Especially, I remember getting 3rd place once at Talladega. I know that's probably not a proud result to think of, but that is a proud result for me because Talladega is such a tough race. And there was, like you were saying, there was a lot of back and forth, and I just managed to get I was on course for a win, but me being stupid, I tried to pinch the driver up and accidentally took him out and finished 3rd instead. So, but yeah, the back and forth was.
It happens, Sam.
I know.
of my most memorable moments. I've got a couple really bad moments that are my most memorable moments at super speedway races. I won't share how I felt about either one of them, but one of them was actually kind of comical. It was a money race, and this league we used to put on money races a long time ago. It was a pretty good size money race too. I think we paid $25 or $50, something like that, to enter that one. And me and this kid, I can't remember what his name was. It's so long ago, but we drove to the front. We were passing the leaders, and we got around the leaders, and they hooked me right in front of the whole field.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, it tore a bunch of them up. No resets. There were a lot of guys pissed off about it. What was I to do? I was the one out in the lead. I was the one that got hooked, so... But yeah, the other guy that I was racing with, yeah, there were some guys that definitely gave him a hard time about that.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Yeah. So that's one of my memorable moments here at old Daytona. That was a night race.
I think my one memorable moment was getting the top 5 in my first ever Daytona 500. Started at the back, finished 4th. So
Nice.
I was happy about that.
Yeah, that's a solid finish, man. You should be.
Anyway, back to in the pack. We've got a breakaway forming there. Adam Baker is currently running with Jay Felton, but falling away from Paul Zota. Actually, that's a 4-car pack there, and it looks like Jeff Lottner's starting to get away from him as Tyler Pluff is leading his own little pack again, back there in 13th.
It looks like we got about 3 packs now. I think those guys in the back are still thinking the same thing, man. Longevity, bigger picture. They know there's another caution coming. Because at lap 40, we're going to get the end of stage 2, and we're getting closer and closer to that, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's gone really quick, despite this being a 2.5 mile oval, and they are running what, 45-second laps. So,
well, we've been doing a little storytelling tonight too, so
yeah, why not? it's all been relevant though.
It has, in one way or another, it has.
I'm seeing Joe Mitchell running all on his own. Probably been doing a bit of pit farming to repair the damage that he gained in the caution. Still got some considerable damage to the front of that Snickers number 18, but really not got the speed in that car right now. As it sounds like.
Believe it or not, we still got everybody on the lead lap, though.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is for a super speedway race, 35 laps into it.
Yeah. Go back to Stephen Bird there, who's got Nate Siefka all over his rear fender. It looks like
5 to go.
Yeah,
to the end of the stage.
And Kurt Davidson and Shane Parler trying that high line. Nate Siefka looks like he wants to go with them. It's weird seeing a lot of the big hitters at the back of the field. It's just weird. The only big hitters at the front right now are Keith Mayata and Chris Samard.
Yeah, well, let's talk at the end of the race. We'll see how many of them are up there at the end of the race. A couple of them already been taken out. Joe Mitchell and Seth Hatchell, heavy damage. They're both still out there, but I don't foresee either one of them winning this race with the damage they got on their cars.
Absolutely not. One of the people I am impressed about is Byron Rodney. He's with that lead pack, and he's currently having a nice little battle there with Tom Clayton. Byron Rodney's really impressing the hell out of me right now.
Yeah, he got a lot of practice just trying to make it to this race. He was out there on the highway, right, breaking the law a little bit, going a little more over that speed limit than he should have been, but he got here on time. And look at this, it's resulting to him going out there and passing dudes on the track, too.
Yes, he did get the pass on Tom Clayton now. He's now working on the inside of Brad Hicks as they go into turn 3.
Feeling like an outlaw tonight, Sam.
Absolutely.
Look at him out there just passing cars left and right, trying to move into that 4th spot, trying to slam the door. Oh, it looks like the 6 come down and said, no, I'm going to get my foot in this door, thank you very much. And the 6, I'm sorry, come down and grab the 4th spot.
Yeah, Ryan Gemmell in 4th. Byron Rodney, his first ever race in SOMO in the top 5 here at Daytona. So great running in the early runnings of this race. We're not even halfway yet, so not going to praise him too much as we don't want to jinx him at this point.
Yeah, not about old Gemmel out there, man. Only 24 cars started this race, and he was the one that started 23rd. So hell of a job by the 6th.
Absolutely, he's working on the back of Chris Samada, all in line right now. Brian Neff still leading this thing. He's led 16 laps now as they're coming up on Joe Mitchell to put a lap on him. Oh, Byron Rodney! Sorry, Byron.
That was close.
Byron Rodney got a bit out of shape there as he went through the tri-oval. Almost lost
all
the
good. Yeah, all good. But yeah, man, that's a damn shame for Joe Mitchell. He was trying to hang on there to the end of this stage. We were 2 laps away from him, but he just couldn't do it. But he'll get his lap back here once we get this competition caution here and actually coming to the flag this time.
Absolutely. Just watching Joe Mitchell there. Jeff Martin's going to be the next person to put a lap on him. Yeah, Brian Neff looks like he's going to get a stage win. His first ever stage win under his belt here tonight, here at Daytona. Let's see if the flag does come out, because you never know.
It should.
And
there it is. There it is, Sam.
Yeah. As Brian Neff gets his first ever stage win here at Daytona.
Congratulations, Mr. Neff. He'd been right behind my auto for that first stage, so he deserved to win the second stage.
Absolutely, and as there is confirmation on the screen right there, Brian Neff is in first, gets his first ever stage win. Keith Mayato second, Chris Samard in third, Brian Kemmel in fourth, Byron Rodney a fantastic third place there in stage fifth place there in stage 2, Tom Clayton sixth, Brad Hicks seventh, Jeff Glottner in a great 8th place for him. 9th is David Gainforth, and rounding out the top 10 is Shane Pipala. So Shane Pipala making his way through the field as well.
A lot of big movers tonight.
Yeah.
No big losers yet. We got some guys with some damage out there. But nobody's been crashed out of the race yet. Everybody started still out there. No
drama at the end of this stage as Brian Neff, there he is on your screen. Got a tiny bit of damage from the bump drafting though, on the back of his car. A bit of bump drafting damage.
That'll happen from time to time. Somebody come up and just give you a little too hard of a shot. Thankfully, it hadn't slowed him down any. He led that whole stage.
Absolutely. As they're all slowed down now behind the pace car. We're going to step away one more time for another commercial break, but we will be back, hopefully, with some interviews. So, stay tuned. And you rejoin us here at Daytona International Speedway. This is SOMO Racing League, Portside Jaguar and Land Rover Cup Series. And this race is sponsored by United Real Estate. If you're looking for a home or if you're looking to sell a home, then United Real Estate is the place you want to go to. They will get you a decent deal sorted. But tonight, everybody looking for some real estate as Byron Rodney gets some real estate of his own and he stays out.
Yeah, he sure did. Kind of an interesting call, but I guess he wanted to lead some lap, get some camera time. He's seen that whoever stays out is the leader.
He didn't stay out. He took 2 tires.
Ah, okay. Well, even better. He's seen whoever's been running up there at the point. Nobody can get by him, so why not?
Absolutely.
Never know what could happen once you get out there. I don't know how the 2-tire deal is going to work for him. But he only had, what, 20 laps on that set, so it's not too bad. Maybe he's banking there's going to be a caution now that we're going to this last stage.
Well, let's get an interview in with Byron and see what his thoughts are behind the strategy of taking.
Go for it, Sam.
Byron Rodney, Sam up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir, Sam. I got you.
Taking 2 tires on that last pit stop. What's your thought behind that?
Well, I took 4 of that last pit stop before and checked the tire wear on it. Tire wear is negligible on the track with the setup, and 2 tires is the way to go on that stop.
Absolutely, and look like you're really having fun out there in your first race with SOMO. What are your thoughts on the car and the track here tonight?
Oh, the car is really stable for me. The track is handling good. Car's handling good. I love racing with these guys. I've raced with them before. Paul's given me a standing invitation to his league. It's just hard for me to get here with my work schedule being on the West Coast, but I'm so happy to race here when I can.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to see you out there and actually making a name for yourself in the early runnings of this thing. Getting a top 5 in the second stage, so congratulations for that one. Currently leading this piece as the looks like the lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to let you get away, Byron, but just want to say good luck, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you at the end of the race.
Alrighty, Sam. Hopefully I'll be on that podium, better yet, in victory lane.
Go get him, Byron.
Oh, yeah.
That was Byron Rodney there, current leader, staying out, well, getting 2 tires on that pit stop. As you know what's going to happen when we go to green, Scott?
No, I never do, Sam. I'll be honest with you. I never have the slightest when the green flag drop what the hell's about to happen. I've seen it all in iRacing.
I've just realised I've got a cranking up camera on my my camera pack.
Oh, good deal.
So when you get us going again, I'm going to go straight to cranking up.
I didn't know if maybe you were having a vision or something.
No, I've had many of those, but none like this anyway. But anyway,
right on.
Scott, get us going again.
All right, folks, time to get back to racing. We've only had 2 cautions, both of them the stage-ending cautions. No crashes yet. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. We're racing again. Gonna have 56 laps to go here at the beach for SOMO. Their halfway point of their 36 race season. Race number 18 here tonight.
Absolutely, and with that, as they make their way into turn 1, we are going to go and crank it up for a bit. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Has lost a lot of ground in this early running. He's fallen all the way back to P12. But look, he's made his way up to 3rd place. Nate Siefka, also taking 2 tyres on that last pit stop, is chasing down Brian Gebel for that 2nd spot, Scott.
Yeah, he's done a hell of a job of just staying patient. Now he's worked his way up into that 3rd spot. I can't say I'm surprised by it. Siefka's a competitor, and he's showing it. But yeah, as far as my auto goes, him and a bunch of other guys there, when we come to 1 to go, they all decided to pit and fall back in the pack of the field here. So
here's my auto taking the top of the fuel. He only was in pit road for 5 seconds. So I'm guessing
he brought 3 or 4 guys with him.
Yeah, he's got Chris Samard, he's got Shane Capala, he's got Andrew Melvin right behind him as well. Tyler Pluff and Braden Johnson are there as well. So it looks like Jake Deep is starting to get away from him in front of him now.
That was interesting hearing Byron talking about how the tires really don't play a role. Maybe over them 20 lap runs, but you start getting over a whole run, it might be a little different story. Guess time will tell.
We're going to see at least one more pit stop here at Daytona, so it's going to be interesting to see how the fuel strategy plays out. As look at the top 6, they're starting to gap the rest of the guys behind them.
Well, if it's green flag stops, I imagine that it'd be just a 2-tire stop. Guys like Byron, he only took 2 tires. Nate, they only took 2 tires. They'll take whatever side they didn't take the last time on the next stop, and that's how they'll run it to the end. So it'll be another 2-tire stop. It'll just be the opposite side.
It's going well for them so far, especially for Phenomenal Evolution. They are 1 and 3 so far. That is Byron Rodney in the lead. Nate Sitka in 3rd, but they've got Ryan Gamble, Tom Clayton, Dave Felton, and Ryan Neff all there with them too. So definitely going to be a contentious race here before this is all said and done. Adam Baker back there in P7 as well.
Yeah, Adam's just been quietly riding back there, riding this time. About to get into the second half of this race. Can't win it in the first half, so guys just kind of hanging around right now.
And despite getting T-boned, Seth Hatchell is right there as well.
I'm shocked by that because Seth Hatchell had a ton of damage after getting destroyed on that hit. And for that car to be up there and being competitive again, I got to say I'm a little shocked by that. But great job by the 8. And you can see it's still heavily beat up.
Oh yeah, he got T-boned by Joe Mitchell. So.
And you've seen what it's done to Joe's car. It's knocked him completely off the pace.
Yeah, but he is back on the lead lap now after getting that lucky dog. But he's all on his own. He's got Paul Zota right in front of him. So Zota looks like he's struggling now as well.
So he got damage, Zota?
He looks like he's got a bit of damage, but I'm guessing that's the damage he got from the first caution.
Maybe he's just hanging back there anticipating the big one because they're all bunched up now, and it doesn't look like we're getting that second group hanging back now. They're single file, nose to tail, except for one car out there on the outside, and I think that's Dubuque back there.
It is Jay Dubuque, and he's on his own out there. And I can't help but think that he's going to get freight trained here, and he is. There goes Gainforth to the inside.
Lucky for him, it's only a couple cars, 3 or 4 cars.
Timothy Lewis, the next one to pass him. Timothy Lewis, hard shotgun on the field, has been sitting back there for the most part, but he's got.
He knows the big picture. He's another one that's been around a long time. He's been around just as long as I have on iRacing, so he sees the bigger picture. Can't win in the first half.
He's right there in front of Kurt Davidson and Brad Hicks. Got David Gainforth right in front of him. I'm wondering they're all bunched up again because the 2-tire strategy by Byron Rodney and Nate Sitka is causing them to be bunched up.
Everybody's freaked out too that this may go green the rest of the way, and you know, with that being said, nobody wants to lose any time or any ground right now. They want to stay as close to the pack as they possibly can. This is anybody's race. Green flag pit stops. If this goes green the rest of the way, green flag pit stops will determine the winner of this race.
Yeah, we know one man that gets it absolutely right every time when it comes to green flag pit stops. And it's the man down in P11 right now. That is Mr. Keith Mayato. So watch for him to absolutely put one down when it comes to the green flag pit stops.
Well, not every time. We've seen him make his mistakes too, especially when he got that VR. You know, he made some really bad mistakes that one night. He was talking about hanging up the VR after that night. I was like, just hang with it, man. You'll get the hang of it. And he has.
I believe it was Michigan who made that mistake, wasn't it?
I'm thinking so. I think it was Michigan. But he made some big mistakes coming into the pits that night. So you never know what can happen. He's since well recovered from that.
Absolutely. Adam Baker, another one that's really good in pit stops, so watch for him. put one down, but again, he's another one that's made mistakes before, so at this point in the race, we're on lap 53, we're just past halfway, so it's anybody's game at this point. The first two stages are in the books, so it's just straight flat out racing from this point onwards, so it's Daytona, it's anybody's game at this point. It looks like Jay Felton's slightly fallen off the back of Tom Clayton though.
That's got to feel pretty good for old Byron Rodney out there. As he's seen whoever's been on the point, that's pretty much, he's the guy. Nobody can get around him or challenge him, and he noticed that, took 2 tires. He, paying attention to the tire percentages as well, and he's on the point. Rushed home to get in this race, folks. Got in there with about 2 or 3 minutes left in practice, so barely made it. And here he is out here in the second half of this race leading this thing.
And he's led 12 laps of it as well. He led 12 laps of it as well.
Yeah, since we went back to green. And he'll probably lead all the way to green flag pit stops. But that's going to determine it. The green flag stops will determine who wins this race. It always does.
Nice. There goes Tyler Pluff.
There you go. There's a wrinkle.
And there is
figuratively and literally and figuratively.
Let's go back and see what happened to Pluff there. Had a bit of an altercation with Brandon Johnson there. Gameforth in it, Holyfield in it, Timothy Lewis just avoiding it. He managed to slow down enough not getting the contact.
Experience.
Yeah. He has got a bit of a wrinkle on that left front quarter panel. But Brandon Johnson was in that too. Let's see what happened to him.
Now the question is, do you pit here? Because you've heard Byron talk about how tires aren't really a big thing, and there's really not a whole lot of challenging going on as far as passing going. Do you pit here because you still can't make it to the end, or you just kind of hang out? Either way, you're going to have to pit again. Yeah, it's a tough call here.
Well, let's keep focused on Byron Rodney now and see what he does when he comes out of turn 4.
But then again, they did run 15 laps and they're only running 70% fuel, so they're likely coming here.
There is one name we're missing here tonight, and he's always up there, and that's Mr. Lupe Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Quite surprised that he's not here tonight.
Will they come? Looks that way.
Yeah, they're all coming down pit road. Everybody's in pit road, I think, except for... No, everyone's come down pit road.
Yeah. Short in fuel, though, you pretty much got to. They were out there for quite a bit. Pretty much burnt half the fuel off, if not more.
So let's see who wins the race off pit road this time. It looks like Rodney's taking 4.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Safety didn't take any tyres. Neither did Gemmell.
Wow.
And Morata's still in pit road.
Ooh, did he get caught speed?
I'm thinking he took 4 as well.
Yeah, because he's already out.
So Brian Gemmell winning the race off pit road because he only took fuel. Same could be, actually I think Nate Siefka took 2. Adam Baker just took 2.
Interesting.
Seth Hatchell only took 2. Byron Rodney, he's 11 seconds in his pit box, so I'm guessing he only took 2 as well. Everybody...
So why don't you squeeze in another interview?
Absolutely. Who do you want to speak to?
Go for it, man. I'll let you pick one.
Let's speak to Brian Gemmell and see what his thoughts are.
Alright.
I'll let you do it. And here's Brian Gemmell right now.
Brian Gemmell, it's Scott Brinson up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
10-4, I got you.
Hey, man, we're curious to know, man, what was the call there with the no tires? You don't feel like the tires are really playing that big of a role in this one?
I actually took just lefts, but the right side tires are hardly wearing at all so far. So I figured gain the 1 spot and get a couple teammates behind me and see what we can do.
All right, well, Sam thought you didn't take any tires, so that's why we were a little curious of what the 0 tire call was about. But now we know you took 2, so there's a lot of guys out there on the same kind of strategy. So it's going to be interesting to see how this finishes out, man. How you feeling about the finish of this thing now, being up on the point?
I'm feeling good. I'm a huge fan of plate tracks, so this is my kind of racing, and like to get the nose out in the wind, and we'll see what we can do.
Well, hell of a job so far, man. You're the biggest mover, starting back here in 23rd and up here on the point, man. So good job so far. Go get them.
10-4, thank you.
I can't remember what room you were in, Ryan. Ryan?
I'm sorry, what?
What channel are you in?
I'm just the regular race channel, the Portside Cup.
Okay. So that was leader Ryan Gemmell. Just want to pay attention before we go to green to the live chat. Just want to give a shout out to D and Papa Smurf Hero. That's James McDavid for those that don't know. Good to see you out there in chat. And yes, it did look like Tyler Pluff did check on to bring out that first caution. That caution just there. So very interesting incident between Pluff and Johnson, but we are going to green again. That's in the past. Let's see what Gemmell can do here on the restart. He's got Nate Siefka to his outside this time round.
Hatchell's car looks like a short track car.
Absolutely, as the pace car goes off. And away we go again. We're under green one more time as Nate Siefka spun the tyres on the restarts. Here comes Adam Baker already up to the second place.
Because Byron Rodney trying to recover from that pit stop. Lost some spots on that pit stop, trying to get it back.
He's already working on the inside of Tom Clayton. Now he's going to try and work.
He closed the door on Seth coming back down there.
And Hatchell, with that damage, I'm thinking he's going to have to rely on pushes to get his way to the front because, oh, a nice big bump draft there from Tom Clayton on him.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot. Yeah, I think he's going to slow down that upper line, being out there, being the lead car.
Yeah,
we'll have to see how that works out.
I think Rodney just wanted to get to the bottom line so he could be with his teammate, and he is there with him now. Question is he going to be able to stay with him?
However, most of that damage on Seth's car is on the rear of the car. So as you see here, man, it's really not affecting him. And look at that, the old block from Gemmell. He saw that coming and went up and blocked that high line. First time we've seen that tonight. Now we've got a caution. That's the first time we've seen a defensive move tonight, Sam. He saw that run coming. I'm kind of shocked that Hatchell's car is that fast, but they were coming. They had a run on the outside there, and he saw it.
That was the cause of this caution. Tyler Pluff getting turned by Ron Holyfield.
Yeah, well, we're coming down to the final 40 of this race. I imagine we're probably going to have a couple more of them. It's going to get racy and chippy. All the friendship, 4th of July stuff, throw it out the window. Today's July 5th, folks.
Yeah, and that is going to be the end of Tyler Pluff's race, I think, because that's the second big incident he's been involved in this race in the space of, what, 10 laps? And he's just... yeah. He's still rolling, though, so not blowing the engine, so he's still going. Looks like my car... His car looks as bad as mine did last night when I did the NOS race.
Yeah, it's definitely seen better days. Looks like it's been pancaked on both ends. It's not smoking, though, so it's still running.
Yeah, speaking of cars still running, Seth Hatchell up to P2 with that damage on his car.
We're 60 laps, almost 60 laps into this race. And out of the 24 that started, we still got 23 of them on the lead lap. David Gainforth's only 2 laps down, so hell of a job by this entire field to be competitive tonight.
Absolutely. I was just watching David Gainforth there. Looks like he's just took a lucky dog, so he's just making his way around the track to rejoin the back of the field. There's somebody else going faster behind him. I think that's Tyler Pluff, and it is. So David Gainforth just got a lucky dog there. He's got one of his 3 laps back. As he joins onto the back of the field right behind Joe Mitchell. Ryan Gemmell is your leader. Everybody's staying out at this point, so nobody needing to go to pit road apart from Shane Pipala and Brian Neff by the looks of things.
Yeah, might as well do another interview, Sammy. Pick somebody.
I'm going to speak to Nate. See what his thoughts are.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Nate, see if you get some up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
Strategy call by you and your teammate Byron Rodney to get to the front. Seems to have paid off so far. What are your thoughts going further on into this race?
Tire wear's not that bad. I'm surprised people have been taking 4 tires. The only reason why I've taken 4 tires in that first stop was because I was dead last. So, I mean, it's a good strategy call. I mean, the tires aren't that bad. Only thing you really need to make sure is keeping fuel in the tank.
Absolutely. And looking for redemption here tonight. I know you had connection problems at the start. Just talk us through that and the heartbreak you suffered, like having to play catch up from that point onwards.
I've been having internet issues all day with the internet company. I lose internet connection for about a minute and it comes back, so hopefully I don't have that the rest of the race. I wouldn't surprise me though if I did, but had to start for the pits, went a lap down and got the lucky dog, and I think I finished that second stage P19, and we took 2 tires. Byron came out P1, I came out P5 or 6, and just went from there.
Absolutely. Speaking of Byron, Rodney, he's going to be starting right behind you when you go to green again. You're starting in P5, he's restarting in P7. What can you two do at this point? I know the high line doesn't seem to be working right now, so what can you two do to try and get yourselves back to the front again?
Well, in that restart, I started a P1 on the outside lane, and I knew that we weren't going to do well, so I kind of delayed at start, and Byron opened up a hole for me to slot in, so that's how we made that work. And the high line seemed to work right there at the tail end right before we had the caution, so it might be worth looking at when we get to go time. But when we're just running like this and you get 20 cars in a line, and no point run the top line because you're not going to have enough power up there. So it's probably just going to be another train fest for about another 20 laps, and then you're going to start to see some action, I bet.
Absolutely. Scott, is there anything you want to add there?
I was just about to say, Nate, let me be the one. I race you on a weekly basis, and I feel this is my opportunity to remind you, you got to be there at the end, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little worried that, someone else would go a lap down in front of me when I was going to be a lap down. I knew I was going to be a lap down. And
I wasn't worried up here. I knew you'd be all right.
Thankfully, though, I got back, and, so now it's just a strategy call there that me and Byron made together and got us up front. Right now, as long as we don't get taken out, I think we're pretty good for a top 10 finish, me and him.
Well, good luck out there, man.
Thank you, Scott.
Absolutely. Lights aren't off on the pace car yet, but we're going to let you go back and talk a bit more strategy with your teammates. So all that's left to say is good luck, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you at the end.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Scott.
That was our good buddy, Mr. Nate Seifert. Seems very confident in this late stage of the race.
He's always confident. That's just how he races. That's why I had to remind him that he's got to be there at the end. I race him every week, so.
Absolutely. And Papa Smurf Hero, just want to respond to your comment there. Ronnie can push like a son of a gun, but Ronnie's not here tonight, so he's currently in Tennessee, which is your future stomping ground.
Nashville. That's where Ronnie's at.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll be over on the other side of the state. I'll be over by Knoxville. Rocky Top.
Rocky Top. It looks like the lights are going off on the pace car this time round. So everybody got to rack them up one more time. And Scott, it's your turn to get us going again.
I think I can handle that. Gotta have 37 laps to go this 100-lap battle here at Daytona. Been a pretty good race in its own right. We haven't seen a lot of action. It's been pretty much everybody riding that bottom line. Maybe we will get something on that high line, but I just don't know how much they're going to have to offer up there. We did see Hatchell and Clayton get a run there right before this caution come out. Gamble saw it coming, went up and slammed the door on him. So first time we've actually seen that all night long since Zoda tried to do it early on. So we'll see if that happens again. They got to get organized out there, though.
Yeah, they'll get. Yeah, I see what you mean. They're a bit all over the place right now, but.
Well, I just mean when they go green. That's been the problem for most of the races. The high line's been unorganized, and you got to have steady hands up there, and you got to get some guys up there that can push and hang on to the bumper and not wreck people and all that, and hold your momentum, get by these guys. At least get the guy in the front past them so he can pull down in front. But we haven't seen that yet. We'll see if we do.
Absolutely. Just want to go to the Facebook chat and see what's going on in there. Diamante Elenes. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the show here at Daytona. Scott, go to
Here we go. Pace car is off. Green flag took a minute that time. We're racing again. Green flag is out. 37 to go here at Daytona. Who's going to win this thing? I'm curious to know. And look who's up there in second place. Don't look now, but here comes Adam Baker. He's only won one race all season long, but he is your points leader by 108 points over a guy that's won 6 races this season. So here comes Adam. Maybe he'll get number 2 here tonight, but he's going to have to do something nobody's done all night, and that's pass the leader.
Absolutely, and it's not looking like he's going to do so at this moment as he's staying anchored to that bottom line. The top line being headed by Seth Hatchell right now, as he's got Tom Clayton and 37 of Andrew Melvin right behind him. Nate Seifka and Byron Rodney have got Chris Samard and Keith Myato for company, as well as Timothy Lewis. Timothy Lewis is now starting to make a move.
And I just want to point out now that if this goes green the rest of the way, they will not be able to make it on fuel. Whoa, and there's Gamble trying to come up and block that high line again. Here comes the high line. He went up to try to block, almost caused an accident, but thought better of going all the way up. Now we got another wreck. Same thing. Gamble goes up and blocks. Caution comes out.
Yeah, I didn't see who that was that brought the caution out. I don't see anybody slow on track.
I didn't see it either. I can't find it. One of them phantom cautions where it just comes out for somebody might have just slipped up or got some tires below the line. The game panics and throws the caution.
Absolutely. I'm looking at
now these yellows might help out a little bit. They get another one of these, they might be able to make it to the end.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kurt Davidson getting into it with Jeff Lochner.
They got off track pretty quickly.
We're under caution number 5 here tonight. Brian Gamble is your leader, Seth Hatchell second, Adam Baker third, Tom Clayton fourth, Nate Seifka down in 5th, Melvin 6th, Byron Rodney 7th, Chris Samard in 8th, 9th is Keith Myato, and rounding out the top 10 is Braden Johnson, despite the incident he was in already. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
And we're back here live at Daytona. Portion 5 is underway right now. Ryan Gamble is your leader. Seth Hatchell is in second. Adam Baker is in third. It's still anybody's game as we're coming up to 30 to go here, Scott.
Yeah, I'm just curious how this is going to all shake out. I don't know if that high line is going to actually be able to make the pass. We haven't really been able to see it yet. Every time they start getting the run going here in these last two cautions, the caution comes out. So thankfully that time Gamble saw it coming, though, and he didn't go all the way up there and try to slam that door completely, because we would have had a big caution up front. So they're getting the run. Just a matter can they get by, and can Hatch will hold him off once he does with all that damage on the rear, and they get people behind him that don't want to push.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're looking for the lights to go off this time round. As just want to respond to Papa Smurf Hero again. Yes, Ronnie Osborne drives the 55, but the 55 is not in the field here tonight. There's only so many ways I can say it. Ronnie Osborne is not here tonight. He's in Tennessee. In good old Nashville. As lights are off on the pace car, we are 2x2 once again. Looks like Byron Rodney and Nate Siefker are going to be restarting alongside each other this time, so wonder if Nate Siefker is actually going to let Byron Rodney slide in behind him, but he's going to have Timothy Lewis right behind him in that number 4 machine.
I was just going to say, that's probably going to have a lot to do with the guy that's behind Nate, and if he's going to be cooperative more than anything. You never know in these restarts. We've seen that outside line struggle on these restarts, so it depends on how bad they struggle to get going.
But as you said to me in the commercial break, that outside line is starting to come into it. We've seen some decent runs off Seth Hatchell in the last couple of runs, so maybe the outside line is starting to rubber in now, and maybe we're going to just have a bit of a run, an even run between the bottom side and the top side.
I hope so. I'm ready to see him mix it up a little bit. I'm going to follow the leader all night long. Let's stop jabbing and go for some bigger punches here.
Absolutely. No more sucker punches.
Oh, something tells me we haven't seen our last caution, so I guess you could say we still got a sucker punch coming.
One person that has taken the biggest sucker punch of all tonight is Joe Mitchell. He's still back there in P23. Everybody back on the lead lap.
That is a sucker punch, because the guy that he hit is up here in second place.
Absolutely. As the pace car goes off again, we're getting ready to go again on lap 70. And we are under green conditions once more, as there goes Ryan Gemmell. Looks like Adam Baker's going to follow him through and try and get up to second place again.
Yeah, I think Nate was camped out a little bit there. Boy, they got a big jump on Nate Siefker there. Now Byron might be able to get in front of Nate. I think that's what's going to happen here. That's what did happen. I don't know if that's by design or if that was just Nate camped out and it was the result. Something tells me that might have been by design.
So Byron Rodney now up to P5. He's in the top 5. As it looks like already Brad Hicks is trying to make that outside line work with Paul Zota and Braden Johnson right behind him.
Ooh.
Tom Clayton up there now. Is he going to the outside line?
Yeah, I don't think he went out there voluntarily. He almost clipped the back of the 8. And that's about the only place he had to go. Otherwise, there was going to be a big wreck.
Absolutely. So that's the high line there. Clayton, Hicks, Zota, and Johnson all up there. Looks like Melvin's joining him, and Felton is going up there too. So we're going to have.
Here comes Gemmell.
Absolutely. Gemmell's going to the high line again to defend from that top line because he knows he's got better speed. Can't stand there too long as he's going to lose that inside line to Adam.
He already did.
Adam Baker, and he does.
Oh, he's fighting back now. They're getting a big run there. I don't know. You better come down now. You better slam that door.
He's trying to. He knows there's a lot more speed in that high line as they come out of turn 4. I think
eventually he's going to wind up losing it here. Making it work right now. And here comes Clayton. He's going to make a dive for the bottom. Ooh, and Gemmell's coming back down the block. This is going to lead to disaster.
So Gemmell back to the point now. Clayton's right behind him. Hanging out to drive with Zota, Johnson and Melvin right behind him. A lot of cars up on that high line now. They're 2 by 2 We are just under 30 laps to go. Looks like Byron Rodney's going to join that high side as well. He's going to leave his teammate hanging right now.
Yeah, I think everybody's just trying to catch their breath right now. I think they know this is about to ramp up. We've already had a couple close calls already since we dropped the green flag again.
And there goes Gamble defending the high line again, almost getting into it. Brad Hicks as he goes across the line. I think he went up. He almost went up a bit too late there. Is it almost ended in disaster?
Yeah, somebody's going to get frustrated too. Here comes Hicks to the bottom.
Yeah, Gamble's blocking like crazy.
Yeah, I can see a bumper hook in his future. He's going to have to pace himself here and definitely pick his battles here, because he keeps doing this. Somebody's going to make a mistake.
Rover as well, he's on the outside as well. He's just pointing his nose into third place. Good run here for the 99 as he's working with Brad Hicks to try and make his way to the front, and he has. He's got a car out, he did have a nose out in front of Gamble for a moment there.
He did. He got that lap. Brad Hicks led that lap.
So Brad Hicks, your leader across the line, but here comes Gamble again. He's got Tom Clayton behind him. Adam Baker trying to get a run back on the inside as well, with Seth Hatchell and Timothy Lewis there as well. Keith Moyato dropped back to P16. Not sure what's happened to the 09. He's got Samad right behind him and Tyler Pluff.
He might be sensing the danger that's up here right now. Proceed with caution. We're coming into the final quarter of this race. 3 quarters down, 1 to go. 26 laps at the line.
So Gemmell and Hicks, you guys fighting out of the front now. Paul Zota is there as well. Tom Clayton is there.
We got a big wreck at the start-finish line, Sammy.
That is Stephen Bird, and Tyler Pluff is in it again.
Man, Pluff's still going. He still hasn't blown it up. A hell of a night for Pluff. And Stephen Bird, man, that car is definitely seeing better days.
See what happened between Pluff and Bird. Pluff came up the track and basically doored him into the wall and took himself out in the process.
Oh yeah, come down and collected somebody too. They kept on going, but
Ron Holyfield.
No, it wasn't Holyfield.
Back a couple of seconds to see. Oh, the Buick went for the grass. Holyfield almost got a piece of it. Gainforth and Joe Mitchell had to step on the stamp on the brake to try and get around it, and they did. But Pluff,
Kurt Davidson got a piece of it, I do believe.
Ah, okay. But you see Tyler Pluff's car now; it's crabbing. So
maybe not. Maybe Kurt just barely avoided that.
Yeah. But Tyler Pluff's car is now crabbing, so he's got some severe suspension damage now. He's not the rear axle out of that car.
I don't think the car, when it was originally designed, it wasn't intended to hit the wall 3 times and still be in, working order.
That's right. As you can,
because that's his 3rd one of the evening.
And you can clearly see that the rear axle is gone out of that 94. He's going to be having some considerable time on pit road.
Yeah, I think he's going to be going on the old 5-minute clock. I think that's probably going to be it for him. Valiant effort, but we're going to be on the hook.
Yeah, Gemmell teasing pit road. They're all coming down.
Yeah, they can make it from here. I don't blame them. I come get fuel. I'd even come get 4 tires right now. Got a couple guys staying out.
I'm going to steal your catchphrase. For Mr. Feelgoods, please.
Yeah. Why not? They're gonna wreck again anyway, so if you can avoid it, you wind up just staying out. You'll have some good tires.
Well, incidentally,
especially if you're mid-pack or back, you definitely should be taking 4 tires. If you're up towards the front, probably just 2 tires, but mid-pack back, definitely take 4.
Absolutely.
I think Seth might have taken 4.
Yeah, Moyato and Samad staying out. Hicks is the winner off pit road. Gemmell is 2nd off pit road. Braden Johnson, the 3rd car off pit road.
How many guys took 4 tires there? I think Seepier did. I think Hatchell did. Because they're back in the pack now.
Safka did not, he took 2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He just lost time then.
Byron Rodney took 2 tyres as well. Zota took 2 tyres. But the man at the point right now is Keith Moyato. And Scott, do you
Hey, he stayed out.
you fancy talking to him?
Sure, bring him up.
I'm going to talk to Mr. Keith Moyato now. And Scott, I believe you're with him right now.
Yes, sir. Jaws, you got a copy?
10-4.
There he is. How you doing out there, man? I see you stayed out. You let the first stage of this thing. You haven't been up on the point since. Now you're back up there. You got enough gas to make it to the end?
I think I do. I've been just trying to figure out how to make it to the end and, you know, try to be up here in the front.
Well, that last little stint we saw right there, it was a whole lot of blocking going on because it looked like that high line finally got something working up there. So it's definitely a lot different than what the first half was from what we've been seeing here for the last about 10 laps or so.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as easy as the first stage where I just, you know, stay single file.
Well, you think you got enough in that bad boy to bring home another win? You got 6 of them this season.
If I can keep it straight, I have a chance.
All right, brother. Well, I wish you the best, man. Good luck.
Awesome, thank you.
That was Keith Moyato, our current leader here in the 09. Was back in P16 before the caution came out. So I'm guessing he's trying to use that 4 tyre strategy to his advantage now as he's got Chris Samard to his outside. And yeah, Scott, I believe it's your turn to get us going now.
All right. Gonna have 22 to go. Something tells me we have not seen the end of the yellow. We're looking at it. We still have 23 of the 24 that started this race on the lead lap. Even Tyler Plouffe still on the lead lap. And Stephen Bird is only a lap down. So hell of a job by the entire field, as I've mentioned already, by being competitive as they have been tonight.
Well, Tyler Plouffe is pit side now, so he is going to be a lap down now. Yeah, definitely.
Well, he hung in there the best he could. Here we go. Time to get this thing going. Green flag comes out immediately this time. My auto got a pretty good start there. Already got a couple car lengths on Brad Hicks. That outside line being led by Chris Samard now. We'll see if they can get organized. Gemmel, second car in line up there. He was doing everything he could to fight these guys off. Now we'll see what Keith My Auto can do. Is My Auto's a little slow on getting down there. And there, he already opened the door to Brad Hicks.
And Brad Hicks now moving his way back to the point now, as it looks like the fresher tyres are coming into play now. Look at that high line as well, though. Keith Moyato getting one hell of a push from Ryan Gemmel and Chris Samard, as now it's an even playing field between the high side and low side, as it seems like they've both got similar speed on either side of the track.
How about old Brad Hicks, man?
Yeah, look, he's trying to make his way to the front as well. Mr. Braden Johnson up there in P2 now.
I see that.
He's looking for win number 3 on the season.
Stephen Bird was just disqualified, so he's officially out of the race. I'm guessing that's from the damage he was put on the 5-minute clock, so that's his evening.
Tyler Plouffe is about 30 seconds away from being put on the hook as well. Anyway, back to the racing here, as we've got a two-pack race now. It looks like Gemmel is starting to gap Adam Baker. There's Baker with Jay Felton and Andrew Melvin right behind him. Ryan Nash, winner of stage 2. He's right there too.
Well, we're coming at 20 to go, and they've single filed out again up here in the front. And if this thing goes like the start of this thing did, Brad Hicks going to lead them all the way to the line. But something tells me these guys back here with the 09, this group of 3 back here with the 77 and the 6, they're going to reload and make another run on that outside here soon.
Speaking of outside runs, we've got Andrew Milton up there on the high side, leading a little pack of his own. He's got Shane Parler, Paul Zota, and Nate Siefka behind him. So let's see how this one plays out. Shane Parler not really been anywhere in this race so far tonight. Not really mentioned much about him tonight, but he was there. Now he's going to try and make his move back to the front again. Well, he's not been at the front all night tonight, let's face it.
Getting a little racy back there towards the back, mid-back towards the back. Make it our next caution from that group back there.
As we're watching Nate Seifker trying to make it 3 wide back there on Paul Zota. Decides, thinks better of it.
Yep.
Him and Byron Rodney are just going to join the outside line and see if they can make it back past these guys on the inside line.
They just kind of need to hang out right now. They might be in a good spot, but they might be in a bad spot too.
Absolutely. Let's go back to the battle.
Never know with these races, man. You just never know where you're going to have to go when all the carnage starts happening. Just got to look for a clear path and cold trickling.
Absolutely.
You can drive through the smoke.
Jay Felton leading that outside line now as he jumps up in front of Andy Melvin. Making some good runs now as they're going to try and come up alongside Adam Baker, who leads that second pack as it stands right now. Falls back a bit now alongside Seth Hatchell as they come out of turn 4. Turn 2. Again. My God.
Same thing. They're identical.
Yeah, more or less. Except there's no start finish line.
True. Or any pit entrance. They're similar.
Anyway, Brad Hicks is still your leader in front. Braden Johnson there in second place. Tom Clayton is there in third. Keith Mayata just hanging back in P4 right now on those older tyres. Not working out so good for him right now. As you're seeing, looks like Jay Felton is trying to make a 3 wide out the back there. He decides to pitch better on it. He looks back down to the inside. Looks like Nate Seifker and Paul Zota filing back in line again as we now have a single file race.
Yeah, just looking back to the last time that Brad Hicks won a race here in Southern Motorsports, and he only has 1 career win here. It was on April 11th of 2017 at Darlington, so over a year ago. He's looking for win number 2 here tonight.
And he's going the right way about it, really holding off Braden Johnson really well. And, you know, it's been a year since his very first win. He's got to be a hungry man looking for that win here tonight, and he's showing that hunger right now by really holding off the 36 and the 66.
Yeah, it's been 15 months, man. That's a year and a quarter. So, yeah, you know, they're going to have to earn it to get by the 86 tonight. Somebody's going to have to make that high line work and actually pass the leader on the outside.
We're coming to 15 laps to go here at Daytona. Just making the way.
Jay Dubuque is officially out of the race, too. Sorry to cut you off, Sam, but Jay Dubuque just manually disconnected as well, so he's out of here.
Yeah, so we have 3 retirements now. Stephen Bird, Tyler Pluff, and now Jay Dubuque. Pluff and Bird getting the old Dairy Queen award for being in pits longer than 5 minutes.
Yep. No soft cones for them tonight.
Nope. They're getting the good old waffle cone.
Or Waffle House.
Oh, I'm here, Rex.
Oh, we're wrecking. There it is. Oh, and it got a few of them. Zoda's back there in it.
Seifker was in it. Byron didn't hit anything, but he locked him down to avoid it. Davidson, some serious damage there on the 41. Let's go back and see. Oh, okay, let's go back even further than that. As you see, they go through turn 4.
Looks like Seifker was just an innocent victim here. Yeah, somebody got turned. The 37 got turned. And yeah, Seifker just had nowhere to go, as did all them other guys. That tore a bunch of them up. Byron, though, he didn't hit nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can find a decent spot from that. It looked like a bit of netcode there between the Samad and Melvin. Go back and watch that again. See Samad on the back, not Samad, Papala on the back of Melvin. Melvin gets switched around due to netcode. Seifker in it, Zota in it. Felton just makes his way through it. Byron Rodney just locks him down trying to avoid it and spins himself. But Kurt Davidson, the worst one off out of that one.
Well, who's going to pit here and who's staying out? I bet Brad Hicks stays out.
We'll find out in a moment.
Oh, I'm almost willing to bet on that Brad Hicks ain't coming to pit road. Something just tells me he's not coming to pit road. Right now, he cannot hear his crew chief right now. Unfortunately, there are technical difficulties in that car.
Yeah.
As you can see, technical difficulties, folks. Got a couple takers back there, but track position is too vital here tonight, so none of these guys want to come down pit road and give that up right now. Yeah, it's just not really worth it.
The guys that were involved in that wreck, Shane Papala and Nate Siefka, all in pit road. Holyfield's in pit road. Byron Rodney's in. He didn't get any damage from that wreck though, so he's just probably going to come in for a bit of a splash and dash. Paul Zota's in. He's got severe damage on that, number 99. David Gainforth is in. Byron Rodney got 4 tyres then.
I don't blame him after locking him down like he did. Sam, I'm going to go grab myself a water. I'll be back in just 1 second.
Oh, while you're doing that, let's go for a commercial break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
All right. Be right back.
Join us here live at Daytona. 12 laps to go, soon to be 11 laps to go, as we are 1 to green. Brad Hicks is your leader here at Daytona. Braden Johnson will be on his outside on this restart, and it's still all to play for here as we are coming to the last knockings of this race. The man that we want to... Andrew Melvin has actually put his car behind the wall, Scott.
Yeah, he come back in, actually.
Yeah, Kurt David...
I don't know what's going on there.
Kurt Davidson's about to get the disqualification.
Well, we are going to have 11 laps to go when we go green flag here, and I don't think we've seen the last of the carnage.
Not at all, as they come out of turn 4, waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn one more time here at Daytona. Brad Hicks is going to lead them to the green one more time, hopefully for the last time, as there goes the pace car, and away we go. He gets him going early this time round and gets a jump on the whole field. That could be bad news for Brad Hicks, as when they catch him they could be a lot faster than him.
Maybe. They're going to have to get organized though. I think Tom's going to get to him before they do that, so I think he's going to be all right. Oh, we had a big cluster there. That killed it.
Yeah, Samad.
New leader.
Samad moved Clayton. Clayton got into the back of Hicks, and now Braden Johnson leads this thing with Keith Maiato right on his tail. And there's Ryan Gemmell. Ryan Gemmell's moved his way up to P3 as well.
Never know what's going to happen on these restarts.
Absolutely. They come through turns 3 and 4. Braden Johnson is now going to lead his first lap of the race here at Daytona across the line, and we're 10 to go here. Shocking restart there as the leaders are now being shuffled back a bit. Brad Hicks is now back in P4. Look at Keith Moyato on his own trying to make that outside line work. Not going to make it work this time. Ryan Gamble giving Braden Johnson a push as they come out of turn 2, Scott.
Yeah, I think Keith, he's looking for a partner right now. Samard's going to go out there and try to bail him out, but I don't know, man. 2 cars out there by themselves. I don't think they're going to have it. Oh, there goes Gemmel. So now 36 is a lonely man. He needs some help. Here comes Brad Hicks. He's going to try to be the rescuee. Well, actually, the rescuer of the rescuee. And he did. He picked him up. Good job. That high line is still having trouble getting organized out there. And like I said before, until they get organized, it's just not going to happen.
Oh,
Brad Hicks.
Yeah, Chris almost getting into the side of Jay Felton there as it came through turn 4 and across the line. That's going to lose Samad a bit of time. So Moyato and Gemmel might have a bit of trouble there if they make their way to turn 2. Brad Hicks up into second. Looks like Seth Hatchell's making his way up into the top 3 as well now. He's going to try and push the living daylights out of that 86, but that damage looks like it's starting to pay really badly for the number 8 as he's struggling to keep onto the back of the 86.
Yeah, look at the number 9 sneaking in here at the last minute. We hadn't seen him all night long, and here he comes.
Jay Felton there up into that P4 spot. And look at Byron Rodney. He's right behind Timothy Lewis as well. He's going to move on the inside of Keith Moyato.
Oh, Jay Felton out there rocking the Hooters paint scheme.
Absolutely. 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Everything to still play for. Braden Johnson is your man out on the point right now, but Brad Hicks wants that lead back. He wants that first win in over a year, and he's not going to have it all his own way. Is he going to jump to the high line and try and take that outside line? Nobody's going to go with him if he does. Byron Rodney taking the inside line from Ryan Gemmel, who's now all on his own on that outside line as Keith Moyato jumped to the inside as well behind Byron Rodney. And there goes Gemmel to the inside.
Yeah, those guys paid the price for that. That shows you the director saw to that high line. I just don't think anybody's got it for the 36 right now, but that doesn't mean you won't see him maybe get the bumper from the 86. Got 7 laps to go to sort this thing out.
Absolutely, they're all still single file, but you bet your bottom dollar that they're not going to be single file for long. When it goes to 5 to go, that's when it all goes down. That's when they all start racing it out for that checkered flag and that elusive win.
Oh, I think they've been racing it out since they dropped the green flag on this one. Guys are just doing everything they can right now to hold on to what spot they got.
Just watch out for Byron Rodney though. Remember, he took 4 tyres on that last pit stop, and he's going to have the faster car out there with the freshest rubber. So watch for the 35. He is back down in P6 right now, right behind Timothy Lewis. Just doing his best to hold off Keith Moyato.
Yeah, remember earlier when you were talking about Tim Lewis, you really hadn't seen much out of him? Well, looky here, man. We're coming to 5 to go, and old Tim Lewis running there in 5th place.
Absolutely. Oh,
Moyato just hammered the wall.
Moyato, big incident there with 6 laps to go.
Wow. What a crash. That's going to end it, man. Braden Johnson's going to be your winner. What a hell of a crash to end it, man. We wanted fireworks at the end. Unfortunately, come at Keith Moyato's expense, man. Wow.
Tom Clayton got a big piece of that as well. Let's go back and see from the box cam as I'm going to see what Ryan Gemmel did there. Because Ryan Gemmel,
I don't think that was the boom boom that Moyato was looking for.
Not at all.
We might actually get 1 lap here, Sam.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, Ryan Gemmel turned him.
Paul Zoda was disqualified, Nate Seifker disqualified, Kurt Davidson disqualified. All were put on the time clock, and none of them could get their cars fixed in the required 5 minutes. So we didn't hardly lose anybody there for the first 70 laps, and now we're down to 17 on the lead lap of the 24 that started.
That's still good, though.
Yeah, but what's that tell you about the last 30 laps of this race? It changed.
Oh, yeah. The great thing about Daytona is that things can change on a dime, and it's really proved that here tonight.
It still might if we get another restart here. I'm thinking we're going to get a 1-lap shootout here, fittingly. But then again, we haven't seen anything on the high side all night. So, I mean, it's really not, unless we have a big hiccup like we had, which, hey, you never know. Same thing could happen to Johnson this time, and Hicks could get around him. So, Hicks is going to have to be on the stick, though, man.
I think what caused Brad Hicks to lose all those positions was because I think Simon gave Clayton a shot, and Clayton got into the back of Hicks, and that caused his car to unsettle a bit, and that's what made him fall back a bit. And everybody else just got.
Well, he did a hell of a job of maintaining what he could out of that, but I'm sure he's still chomping at the bit right now, and needs an awesome restart here, man. The restart of his career here at SOMO.
Absolutely. We're going to find out very soon if we are going to go back to green. We're looking likely we're going to go back to green because they're already trying to go 2 by 2. We're not even 2 to green yet, I don't think.
They're trying to encourage the flag man.
Come on, throw the checker.
No, everybody with 36 wants to see the green. 36 wants to see the caution man just keep on waving that yellow.
Oh, yeah. They're making their way down the back stretch. Johnson's car, you can see Brad Hicks right there. Brad Hicks within touching distance of his first win in over a year. Will he be upset if he doesn't get this win here tonight?
Yeah, probably. Be pretty disappointing, that's for sure, to be in this spot right now, coming to 3 to go, knowing that at least 2 more of these laps are going to be under caution. But, hey, man, you never know these super speedway races, and on these restarts, dude, everybody wants to win and usually do dumb things, so you usually wind up paying the price for it if you're the leader. Or you win. It's 50-50. Well, you want to give one last jinx? Interview somebody?
No. I don't want to do that to somebody. I really don't.
Oh, why not?
Alright, who do you want to speak to?
Oh, let's take a gander. About Jay Felton.
Yeah, let's see what he has to say.
Go ahead, Sam. I'll let you do it.
Oh, no. You wanted this one. You can do it.
Alright.
Here he is in the picture with us right now.
Jay Felton, this is Scott Brinson up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Well, what are you thinking here, man? You think you guys are going to get a one-lap shootout?
Yeah, I do.
Right on, man. How you feel about that? You got a shot then?
Well, I felt pretty good until the 36 took the high side, because he's going to jump in front of the 86 and they're going to leave me up here with no help, so it don't look good for me.
Well, if anything happens like on that last restart, just watch for the 3 wide there, and maybe you can steal it away from him. You never know.
Well, I'm going to do the best I can. You never know what will happen, but that's what I predict.
All right, buddy. Well, either way, it's been a hell of a run for you tonight. You started back there in 21st spot. You're running 4th. Great job tonight, Jay, and I dig the paint scheme, man.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. Go get him.
That was Jay Felton of Speed Motorsports. His teammates are Ron Hollifield and Brian Neff, so a couple of experienced drivers in his team there.
So there you go. The field's definitely feeling like we're going to get 1 to green. They're already lining up like we're going to get 1 to green. And guess what, folks? The lights are out.
So we're going to get a 1-lap shootout here at Daytona. Braden Johnson choosing the outside line here. This is an interesting choice.
Yeah, sure is. He knows to carry the most momentum off the high side, so it's just going to come down to the restart. But that could open the door, and he could come down too late, and it could lead to disaster. So let's hope that all doesn't happen and see how this thing finishes up. Either way, there's going to be no caution. It's going to be 1 to go. So if we do have a big wreck, they will race all the way back to the flag.
And Keith Mayato, despite having that hugely wrecked car, is still running with no front end on it.
How is that possible?
He took a huge shot.
Wow.
And Joe Mitchell, he's kept his foot in it, and he's actually knocking on the door of a top 10.
I see that. He's running for points.
Uh-huh. Adam Baker.
Hollyfield's out of the race.
Oh, no, not another one.
So is Clayton.
So only 15 left in the race.
Wow.
Scott, you can get him going for this final time.
All right.
You got him started, you may as well finish it.
Hold on to your seats, everybody, because the wildness is about to conclude. We rode single file. We have pretty much been single file all night, but for 70 laps, everybody was calm, cool, and collective, and we've lost almost half the field here in the last 30 laps. But here we go. Pace car is off. One lap shootout. Can the 36 finish it? Green flag is out. We're racing. Good restart by the 36. Great restart by Felton here. Look at this. If he can get a draft. Oh, he did. He got in front of him. What a move by Jay Felton. He pulled it off.
So Jay Felton up to P2 now as he's going to work on the back of Braden Johnson. This is one lap to go here at Daytona. They make their way through turns 1 and 2. Braden Johnson starting to fall back slightly into the latter stages of the top 10, but that's not going to matter for the leaders as the Jay Felton's going to try and make an outside run. Here comes Timothy Lewis on the outside. Is he going to get an outside run here? As they make their way towards turn 3, he's got Kemmel to his inside, he's got Hatchell to his inside, he's got Byron Rodney with him, but Braden Johnson is the man out in front right now. As they make their way through turns 3 and 4, Kemmel flirting with the high line, but this is all Braden Johnson's to lose now. As they come out of turn 4, Felton's going to try one last stab, but Braden Johnson is going to claim the win here at Daytona. A great finish here for the 36 as he claims his 3rd race win of the season, Scott.
And how about Jay Felton finishing 2nd and Brad Hicks finishing 3rd? Couple of names you don't hear on a weekly basis finishing on the podium, and those guys will be standing on the 2nd and 3rd step tonight. Great job by these guys here at the finish, not to kill everybody, and an exciting finish. Just too bad, man. It's just not much you can do with the aero package that they offer right now.
Absolutely. Seth Hatchell just finishing outside the top 3. He is in 4th. Brian Gemmell coming home in the top 5 for 5th. Adam Baker moving from 10th to 6th on that last lap. Timothy Lewis coming home 7th in the end. Samard in 8th. Byron Rodney falling back on that last lap. He finishes 9th. Brian Neff, last man in the top 10. But the night actually belongs to this man, Mr. Braden Johnson, as he's doing his customary spin through the grass.
Go ahead and start with 3rd place, and I'll interview OJ again.
Absolutely. As that is our winner here at Daytona. As we are going to speak to our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Brad Hicks, when I can find him.
He's already joined us.
Yeah, Brad Hicks, Sam up in the booth, you got me, sir?
Yes.
Brad running it at the front for a lot of the race, but ultimately bringing it home for 3rd place here tonight. How do you feel after that finish tonight?
Any finish is a good finish here.
Absolutely, and you had a huge chance to get your first win in over a year here tonight, but it came down to one lap, and were you expecting Jay Felton to make that run on the outside like he did on that restart?
In a way, you know, I thought the outside was better. I tried running all night. It's hard to get any help, but I missed it. I went from 3rd to 2nd gear on that restart that I lost the lead on, and luckily it didn't hurt nobody. That's what happened there.
Absolutely, it didn't hurt your race at all. But you still came home for 3rd place. Just talk us through the race here tonight. I mean, you seem to enjoy it out there tonight. Just what are your thoughts on the overall race, and how did the car feel out there tonight?
It was stable, stuck anywhere, you know, just getting momentum and timing it. You know, like I say, I could run the top better, I thought, for me, but they just in my brain, my mind, I guess. But getting people to do it early on, especially, is it's hard to do, you know.
Absolutely. Well, Brad, congratulations on 3rd place tonight. Looking forward to next week, I believe. Scott, do you know where we are next week? I think it's definitely
looking right now. No, I'm here. I'm looking.
Okay.
I think Kentucky maybe.
Oh yeah, it's Kentucky next week.
Kentucky. Yep.
Looking ahead to Kentucky, are you going to be there with us next week?
I don't know if we will or not. We'll just see how it plays out.
Well, every time you do come with us, race with us here at SOMO, you do get some good results, and you got another one here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's third place?
All you guys in the booth and Paul and everybody out there racing with. I just try to have fun, and I've been having it. I enjoy it.
Absolutely, Brad. Well, congratulations one more time on third place, and hopefully we will see you next week at Kentucky.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for everything.
As that was Brad Hicks coming home in third place. Scott, I believe you're with Jay again.
Yes, sir. And Jay Felton, we speak again, man. Great finish there, dude. Hell of a restart for you, buddy.
Hey, thank you, Scott. It worked out a little better than I thought it might. Mike could have made a run on him, you know, coming out of 2. I had some momentum, but he had a teammate right behind me, and I just felt like I'd get freight trained if I went out there. I don't know. Maybe I should have done it. I don't know.
Well, either way, man, it's got to feel pretty good to start 21st and come home second tonight. That's almost got to feel like a victory for you. Be standing up here on the podium with these guys.
Well, it don't matter where you start here, you know that. And I start at the back because I figure I got a better chance of getting my car to the end. And I don't worry about where I start at a plate track. I'd almost rather start at the back. You get a little easier pit to get in and out of, and you get a chance to keep your car in one piece.
Well, you made it work tonight, buddy, and brought it home for a second place finish. You got anybody you want to thank tonight or give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank our sponsors, and I want to thank Paul Zada and our admins, all my competitors. I want to give a shout out to my wife, Audrey, and I want to thank both for the hard work you guys are doing for us. Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
All right, Jay. How was your 4th of July, man? Did you have a good 4th of July?
Yeah, it was nice. It was enjoyable, and glad it's over.
All right on, man. I'm glad you could follow it up with a great finish here tonight and bring it home second tonight. And how you feeling about Kentucky? You excited about going to Kentucky?
Yeah, I tend to enjoy the 1.5-mile tracks, and I don't think I've ever raced there before, so probably got a little homework to do, but I feel pretty good about going there.
All right, Jay. Well, good job on your finish tonight, man. We'll see you next week at the 1.5-mile.
Thank you, Scott.
Sam?
Well, that was our second place finisher, Mr. Jay Felton, and a very hard fought second place there here at Daytona. But the man of the moment here tonight got into a bit of an incident earlier in the race, but it didn't hinder him too much, as he claimed his third win here and probably the biggest win of the year so far. Braden, how do you feel?
I feel great, man. It is awesome. And I mean, once I had gotten in that incident at the beginning, I didn't know if my car was going to be too damaged or if it was going to slow me down, but I was just thankful how everything happened that I was able to pull it off.
And pull it off, you did. You did absolutely fantastically near the end there. And you had one fan cheering you on in the live chat. That was Dee, I think it was. But she... just talk us through that race. I mean, you got in that incident earlier in the race, which really hindered you to begin with, but you slowly crept your way to the front, and you definitely led when it mattered here tonight. Just go through what you felt from that incident, and then going forward.
Yeah, what I was trying to do is I was just trying to stay in the back and not be caught in any commotion that may happen. And then we were all single file. And my buddy goes, "Oh, hard checkup." And before I knew it and hit on the brakes, I think I had got into him, and then I drove it into the infield. And then after that, I still stayed at the back until the end of stage 2, and then that's when I started trying to move up. And I didn't take tires for, I think, like 55 laps or so, and it was starting to get real loose going into the corner, especially into the tri-oval. And I was hoping that I just didn't have too much pressure because it was scary.
Yeah, it looks scary out there. I mean, I've been out on track at Daytona and on old tires, and I definitely know how that feels. But yeah, Braden, third win on the season here tonight. You've got to be looking excited with the chase coming ever closer, especially as we're halfway through the season now.
Oh, I am absolutely excited, and I had some great racing, and I'm glad that starting on the outside worked out in my favor on that last restart, because my heart was pumping, and I was just hoping everything went right.
Yeah, we thought that was an interesting choice, especially at Daytona. Nobody usually picks the outside line, but it definitely worked for you tonight. Were you scared that the guys behind you were going to get you on that on the inside line, especially with choosing that outside line on that last lap?
Well, what my thought is that my teammate was on the inside, and I was just going to go a little bit before him and kind of jump the start before the green flag, because usually everybody starts at the green flag. And I was going to get ahead of him, and once I passed the start-finish line, I was just going to go in front of him, and then hopefully, or he would push me all the way to the end. And I don't quite know what happened with him, but that ended up not happening, and I was worried about them having a big enough gap to where they would just have so much momentum and slingshot past me. So I kind of let off and was letting them kind of catch me, and then I got on it, and I was just hoping, and it ended up working out.
Absolutely, it definitely worked out well. Congratulations on the win tonight here, Braden. Third one on the season for you tonight. Looking forward to next week. We head to Kentucky. What are your thoughts going to the mile and a half?
I really like that track. I haven't raced there since I started iRacing pretty much a year ago, so it's been a while, but I remember liking it, and I'm looking forward to going to it, and hopefully I can pull off another one of these, man.
Absolutely, and I'm going to steal Scott's thunder here. And how did your 4th of July go? Did you have fun?
Oh, absolutely. I went over to a buddy's house and watched the fireworks and everything, and it's been a good weekend, or I shouldn't say weekend, but it was a good holiday. I enjoyed it, and to back it up with the win at a good all-American track like Daytona, man, I am so excited and happy.
Absolutely. And one final thing, is there anybody you'd like to thank or give a shout-out for tonight's win?
I'd like to thank y'all for broadcasting these races. I'd like to thank my girlfriend for being my #1 fan and painting my cars for me. And I'd like to thank my teammate for being willing to push me. And I was thinking I was having to push him, or I was going to have to push him. But I'd also like to thank this league. I'd like to thank my aunt and uncle. And I'd like to thank my teammates.
Okay, Braden. Scott, anything you want to add?
Congratulations, man. Good job on getting your 10th career win here at Southern Motorsports there, Braden.
Thank you very much, man. It feels good. I didn't even know that stat.
Yep, that's number 10.
Well, Braden, congratulations one more time on your 3rd win of the season. And we will see you next week at Kentucky.
Right on. Y'all take care.
You too, Braden.
And that was our winner, Braden Johnson. Scott, what are your final thoughts on the race?
Well, it was a tale of a couple different races. For most of the race, it was just a single file train, and then at the end, it just got crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, Keith Maiato winning the first stage. Keith Maiato getting the award for the biggest wreck of the night.
I kind of had a feeling it would be a dark horse too that really wasn't up in the front most of the night and didn't lead a lot of the laps and would just kind of sneak in towards the end and win it. That's exactly what Braden did.
Well, you were asking me earlier in the race how many of the big hitters would make it into the top 10 near the end, and 3 of them made it in. Seth Hatchell coming home with the top 5, Adam Baker coming home for 6th place, and Chris Simard there in P8. So a lot of the big hitters actually making it through there.
Yeah, I don't know how Hatchell was able to keep that much speed out of that car all night, but he did a hell of a job after that big crash with Joe Mitchell. And Joe even did a good job of staying on the lead lap and finishing 13th on the lead lap. He had a car that was well off the pace. So good job to both those guys for driving damaged cars and finishing on the lead lap, and definitely to Seth for finishing 4th.
And just want to touch on Joe there. He was actually knocking on the top 10's door at one point as well. So good comeback there for the 18 Snickers machine. But before we do anything else here tonight, let's go to tonight's results here at Daytona. Braden Johnson bringing home his 3rd win of the season, just ahead of Jay Felton, who had one hell of a run on that last lap shootout. He comes home in 2nd. Brad Hicks Slightly disappointed, but happy with the third place nevertheless. Seth Hatchell rebounding for fourth place. Ryan Gemmell could have been better for him tonight, but he brings it home in the top 5. The last car in the top 5. He comes home in 5th. Adam Baker in 6th. 7th is Timothy Lewis. Great run for him. 8th is Chris Simard. 9th is Byron Rodney on his debut. Top 10 on his debut, so great run for him. And Brian Neff, winner of Stage 2, bringing home the last spot in the top 10, Scott.
Shane Papalo finished 11th. Jeff Glockner 12th. Hang on. Sorry about that. Joe Mitchell 13th. David Ganforth 14th. Keith Mayato 15th. Tom Clayton 16th. Ron Hollyfield finishes 17th. Nate Siefker 18th. Paul Zoda 19th. And Kurt Davidson rounds out the top 20. Andrew Melvin finishes 21st. Jay Dubuque 22nd. Tyler Pluff 23rd. And Stephen Bird finishes 24th.
And 24 laps down, so for, what was it, 77 laps, he was, we still had a full field.
I was showing him 25 down, so he ran 75 laps. Yeah, we had a full field up until that point.
That was amazing.
It got crazy in the last 30 laps.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a great feeling to have if you're a league owner, to know that all of your drivers managed 75 laps before even the first car retired here tonight. Well, that is...
And just one more little statistic. It looks like Jay Felton, I know he's talking about it doesn't really matter where you start, but he did turn out to be the biggest mover of the race. Gained 19 spots from starting 21st up to 20 or up to second. So hell of a job by Jay tonight running that Hooters machine, bringing home that second place finish.
Absolutely. And Timothy Lewis up there as well, finishing in the top 10. He started shotgun on the field, so he's got to be feeling good for getting into the top 10. He almost got a top 5
Yes,
there.
sir.
He almost got a top 5 there, but he fell back just on the last couple of corners. But, yeah, still got to be happy with that top 10.
Gemmell as well. He started 23rd and finished in the top 5. So 3 of those guys that start 21st, 23rd, and 24th all finished in the top 7.
Well, Ryan Gemmell led for a lot of the laps as well. So
He sure did.
That's even more special. But anyway, that is going to do it here tonight at Daytona. Really, what a race here tonight at Daytona. We've really enjoyed this one here tonight. But we will be back here tomorrow night with Go Fast Racing. Scott, I'm pretty sure you're going to be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's at Daytona, correct?
Again, at Daytona with the Xfinity cars this time.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. It's a solid league over there, and they're coming off a caution-free race, so...
Yeah, I mean, last time we were at Daytona with the Go Fast Racing League, we had David Worrell bringing home the winner, shock winner there last time round. Let's see what surprises they can bring up tomorrow night in the Grand National Series. Saturday night, we're back with the... Actually, Friday night we've got the Paskey's Grand National Series as well, as they continue their chase format. Saturday we're back at Daytona again, as we are with the Major League Esports. They bring their K&N cars to the 2.5 mile oval. Sunday night, it was delayed last week, but we are bringing it definitely this week. We are going to have the Top Fuel Racing Summer Light Series, Scott.
We're hoping, man. We're keeping. I was actually just sitting here thinking about it. I got to send out a reminder to everybody. Remind everybody we're racing again this Sunday. Yeah, iRacing had its issues, man. I kid you not, dude. Them issues didn't start until about the time our room was supposed to go up, and then they got it all squared away about 20 minutes after we started. So it's right there in our little window where just put a damper on it, but just give everybody a little bit of break. Yeah, everybody needs that recharge the batteries, and now we can get this thing rolling.
Monday night we're back with the Paskey Truck Series. Tuesday night I believe we're off, and then Wednesday is the big finale. It's your big crowning race there, Scott.
Yeah, I'm finally starting to accept it, and it's starting to feel pretty good, man. I just, I live by that whole thing. It's not over until it's over, and don't crown me until it's over. But yeah, we're getting closer. Which means we're getting closer to me have to defend it against all them vultures that are coming out for season number 7. So I look forward to it, guys. It's going to be a hell of a season.
It's definitely going to be one hell of a season. I mean, Michael Jeans, Sage Karam, Keith Mayato, Ronnie Osmer. The
Just to name a few.
Yeah. Nate
Not to mention the all-time wins leader there, Chase Hudson's coming back.
Me, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, old Sammy. The whole gang will be there, folks. It's going to be the most competitive field Top Fuel Racing's ever seen going into season number 7. I'm looking forward to it. Hope it lives up to the bills.
Absolutely, we definitely look forward to that. That's going to be later this month. So make sure you stay tuned to both the broadcasting as we'll be there for the whole season. And we definitely look forward.
Rate's anniversary is coming up, the 4-year anniversary of Top Fuel Racing on July 25th at Donington Park. First time that Top Fuel ever kicked the season off at a road course, too.
Absolutely, that is then. We look forward to that, but right now we are going to bid you guys a good night as we are going to go and get some rest. And we need a rest after that one. That was one hell of a race. All that's left for me to say here tonight is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you here tomorrow night for Go Fast Racing's Grand National Series live here on Beaufort Broadcasting.
Have a good night, everybody.